not only as a friend, but also a vital member of the Speakeasy Association. In that time, he's run countless boosters on his own accord, helped countless people in mini coaching sessions in his own time, and purely had the idea of wanting to pay on or pay forward the things that he had learnt and is still learning about how to master or maintain an excellent speech technique. I can still remember Ray coming to my wedding and pre-doing the speech. We quietly went outside and had a practice, just him and I, before I took on the big moment. And needless to say, that was a very positive experience for me. So I would just like to thank Ray, as John said, for finally seeing the light, coming on to Zoom and
Mm,
sharing some of his great knowledge with us tonight. So thanks, Ray.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Over
you.
to you, Ray.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. I know some of you haven't met me before. I'm not quite that scary when we hold meetings. People are usually pretty worried about what I'm going to say and when I'm rating and all this. However, in the end, I don't think anybody wants to leave because all of a sudden they've found their fluency. So I think I've been truly blessed. I've been given the chance in life to be fluent now, and my promise always was not to abuse it, but to work out ways I can pay it forward, and that's what I tried to do now is to pay it forward by holding different other sessions, coaching and boosters and all that. So just keep in mind, I'm here as a friend. I'm a friend. I've been in everyone's shoes. I've been there, done that, cried the tears, kicked the doors, and all that. And so I've virtually been in everyone's shoes, no matter how the progress has gone. So, and it really comes after that with research. And I spend my life now trying to make things easier for everyone else in the future. And of course, the question keeps coming up. How do you hang on to your fluency? What is the best way to maintain it? Well, I could never rely on the speech therapist to go down that track. It had to be someone who was looking from inside, looking out. And so I decided to take on the task, which may help so many other people in the future. So each and every day, I keep trying to find ways to make life a little bit easier. And so you feel comfortable in yourself. Now, no one says that you have to aim for the Holy Grail. No one is saying that. If you want to reach a level with your fluency, a level that you are completely happy with, I congratulate you. However, if you reach that level, there are ways to maintain it. Maintain it so then you can start building on it, right? So, and I'll be talking more about the method at the end and my research that I've been running. So, each and every day, it's hard work. However, if you want to take it on, we'll always be here to help and to assist. So, sorry, was someone?
That happens, right?
It does. Yeah, that's all right. So, So what I'd like to do now, and as I said, it's all about harnessing the fluent feeling. And I guess most of you know what that's like. If you're all fluent for one day and then all of a sudden it starts to lapse, you might be fluent for 2 or 3 days, and all of a sudden you feel as if, oh, I'm starting to lose it. And if you're anything like I was, that's what used to happen to me. My aim was always to get one day. When I got one day, it was always two, and then three, and then a week, and then a month. So, but my aim after that was to hang on to it. And so this special meeting tonight is all about harnessing the fluent feeling. Now, in saying that, I want to make that at the end of the program. I've got my rating machine here. So if any of you would like to be rated, I can do that whilst you're telling me about yourself. And even if it's only for 20 seconds, I might be able to do a bit of correction for you if you want me to. For others who are feeling really fluent and don't need something like this, I don't mind if you go to the breakout room. So it's a choice that I want everybody to have. So you're quite happy to stay here, but I'm quite happy that if you feel your level of fluency and you don't want me in your ear, I'm quite happy for you to go to the breakout rooms. So what would you suggest there, David?
Would you like to put your hand up if you'd like to be rated with Ray, please? Margaret, was that a hand up?
No.
I thought it was. All right, I can see.
It's quite simple, Margaret.
I'm a speech pathologist.
Well, I've known speech pathologists that need to be rated. I really do.
Sure. No. I don't think I need to be rated, but
No,
thanks
that's
very
good.
much.
I've got
No,
Matt.
that's good.
I've got Tim.
That's good.
Is that Dylan? I've got Derek. I've got Azam.
It'll just give you an idea of
Was
how
there
you're
anybody
going
else?
with
I've
your
got
rate, that's all.
Azam, Derek, Dylan, Matt, and Tim. Was there someone I missed? I can't see. Right.
No.
Well, look, you'll be going
There's
to
Krishna
room one.
as well.
Sorry, Ellie.
Krishna as well.
Oh, sorry, I missed him. Sorry. Right. Okay. I'll put the rest of you in two roughly equal groups.
Could I speak to Margaret?
David, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Owen/Nettie
Oh,
here.
hello. Yes, Alan.
I came in late, so I'm just letting you know.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And your camera's off too, but that's okay if you want that.
Well, I'll try and adjust. But no one wants to see my ugly face.
Right.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I'll put the rest of you in two groups and you can have a chat about where you want to go with your speech, okay? The main thing is to practice the way you want to practice and do a good job of that. Okay, I'll be with you. You'll be gone in a minute. Okay, almost there.
As long as I got time on the end to let you all know about my experiment and how
there'll be time for that.
You can take it further, yeah.
Okay. About 10 minutes, Ray.
On, Stuart.
Dave, I guess everybody knows that when they're fluent, they just wish that they could keep it going all the time. And sometimes it's just not impossible. So I worked out a way how to strengthen the neural pathway. So every time I put in maintenance at home, I'm strengthening the neural pathway. I'm building on it. So it's getting stronger and stronger all the time. So when I was running booster courses, I had to work out why I was getting more from the booster course than the other participants. They were all getting something from it, but they weren't quite getting the ultimate goal, the feeling full fluency. So what I decided to do was to run a bit of an experiment. And I thought, well, I'm sitting in the room, I'm listening, and I'm rating, and I'm getting so much from it. So how can I transfer that into my home maintenance? So I decided to get, and I don't know whether you can see this. Can you see me on the screen?
Yeah.
A voice recorder.
Yep.
Little voice recorder. Picked them up for $25 online. And what I did, I decided to experiment with that. So I put my voice for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes onto the recorder. Right? Now, some people say, well, I can use my phone. No, it's just not the same. Let's keep the phone separate from your speech. Okay? So I put myself at 50 syllables per minute. 50. And I mean 50. I don't mean 60 or 70. I mean strict 50 syllables per minute onto the recorder. Then what I did, I got the earpiece, put it in to play it. So therefore, I was listening to technique coming through to me. However, that wasn't quite enough. I needed to simulate what I was doing in a booster course. I wasn't only listening, I was talking at the same time. Okay, do you understand where I'm coming from so far? Just nod your head, or am I too far in front?
No.
No.
I can
all right?
understand.
Yeah.
All right with that so far?
Yep.
So my voice, the experiment was my voice on the recorder for 15 minutes using technique. Then I would sit down for 15 minutes at home, and I would create a conversation completely different to what I'm hearing coming through on the voice recorder, right? So the voice recorder may be talking about a holiday that I did when we went to the Baltics or something like that, all right? So that's coming through to me. And I would be talking something completely different about where I worked or what I was doing last week or whether I was involved with friends. I would be talking over that. So not only was I listening, but I was talking at the same time. Am I getting through with all of that? Just nod your head so I know that I'm not.
Were you having a conversation with someone else or just by yourself?
By yourself. You can be in a room, which is fine. Like, it's no good being in a room practicing and you're only talking to the wall. You're just wasting. My research says you are wasting your time. Okay? Now, so I worked on that, but that still wasn't quite enough. The technique has to be pure, precise technique at 50 syllables per minute. So after a while, I could feel myself getting stronger and stronger. I could walk out of the room and I could feel it at the top of my head, feeling as if I'd put in work on my practice, put in work on my speech. Just like if you're playing golf and you get on the practice fairway and you practice, things go really well, it gives you that confidence. So I'm building up confidence. I'm building the neural pathway. I'm hitting the neural pathway all the time. Tim will tell you about this. Tim has also tried it as well. And I hope Tim is still doing it at home. I can't see you, Tim, but...
oh, no, I'm here.
You're there? So
yeah,
Tim will let you know that he's been also doing it at home as well. It takes a lot of hard work. It is not easy. Just like with my youngest daughter, they used to get up every morning at 5 o'clock and go swimming, swimming up and down, lengths of the pool, so they could become good swimmers. Exactly the same thing. This is entirely up to you, how much you want to maintain your level. No one is saying that it's going to give you full fluency. But if it helps, it works wonders. And I'm giving this coming from inside looking out, not as someone, or not as a speech therapist, and I know we've got a speech therapist who can only give it from, or most speech therapists can only give it from outside looking in. This is something that I've experimented on that takes it from inside looking out. So your daily practice, if you want to take it further, if you want to take it the full length, well and good. I wouldn't put that on anybody else. However, if you want to maintain that level that you are at and not let it bounce around like mine used to do. Mine used to be good for, a few days, and then all of a sudden I would lose it, and then back to maintenance again, and I'd build it up and things would be good for a day or an hour, and I'd be really confident, and all of a sudden it would break down. I wanted something that was going to be lasting and something that I could do for myself at home. I was putting in maintenance. So I'm working the brain to strengthen that neural pathway. So, and really it's quite simple. For the sake of $25, everyone can do it, and it just may work for everyone. So everybody keeps asking me how to harness the fluent feeling. And without somebody doing research, without somebody really pushing that fact, for years and years we were getting nowhere. It's been put in the too hard basket. So does anybody want to give me any feedback, what they think? Do you think it's a load of garbage, or do you think, do you think it's worthwhile? Do you think it's worthwhile to keep experimenting? I've gone further than this as well. So
can I just ask you, Ray, the people that you've worked with individually, have you put them through this same routine?
Yeah, I put them through a booster, first of all, and that's a full day of full hard-on therapy.